Hey, welcome to the channel. It's whatever. And I just got out of the gym. So I was going to talk about this earlier, but I just got out of the gym not too long ago. And here to talk about the whole Angel Reese New Year's Eve dress. You know, that's gone viral. And I have to be honest. I mean, she wears it well. And I'd be lying if I didn't say that. But it's definitely caused some division. And I'm just going to go over this article and go over a few comments and give my thoughts over the whole matter, because kind of what started all this was Charleston White, I believe, on the Club 520, the Jeff Teague podcast, great podcast. But you know how Charleston White is. If they put a picture, gave you an illustration of what polarizing is in the dictionary, it would be a picture of Charleston White. He's very polarizing. I like him. He does some of the way he says things definitely bothers people, but there are always kernels of truth in what he's saying. And so, like I said, we all know who Charleston White is. If you've ever been online, you know who the guy is. So he kind of jump started all this, and then it all came to a head with this, with her outfit she was wearing. So yeah, we got, if you don't know, this is it right here. I think it's about videos like 10 seconds or whatever. And that's it. That's her right there. And it's just, it caused a whole, we can go on Twitter and look at some of these comments, caused a complete shitstorm from people giving their opinions. I mean, and people are entitled to their opinions. That's the thing that gets me, is like, I've seen some of the comments, but people that going in or whatever as if you can't have an opinion. Just like me making this video, when people look at this video, there's going to be several people that disagree with me on many lines. Like, hey brother, how can you bringing this young sister down or whatever, and they're going to get at me in that way. And it is what it is. Hey, you're entitled to your opinion. I disagree with it, but you're entitled to it. Like, I ain't gonna block nobody or nothing. Like I said, it's your opinion. I don't have to agree with it, just like you don't have to agree with mine. But if you're watching the video, I really appreciate it. Yeah, get it. Give me a hit that subscribe and hit a like. Get in the comments. Give me your hate and love. I'll take them both. So let's look at some of these comments here. What we got here? So beautiful. I did agree. I said she wore the dress very well. What was that? OnlyFans, attention whore. She can't shoot a fadeaway. Let's see. I'm trying to see, because I've seen some people getting on her side for the streets. Yeah, very beautiful, special, trashy, amazing. Don't sexualize her. We'll talk about that here in a second, because that's kind of what my issue with all of this is. Let's see if we can find some other comments here. All right, let's see. Okay, let's go here. All right, this guy says, let's keep it a buck. She's carrying a WNBA. I disagree wholeheartedly with that, but she definitely is someone who has brought light to the WNBA, but she's not carrying anything. I respectfully disagree with this guy. So now, don't sexualize me again. Now they're referring to the Charleston White. Charleston White was right. We got this guy here, possible male feminist. Once again, a bunch of men speaking down on a woman being a woman, just giving clear signs of gay. Leave it in 2024, please. Nah, I don't think so, son. I don't know what you're trying to shame individual. The shame's kind of placed in the wrong place, but like I said, to each their own. I can't believe she got famous off Caitlin Clark. I don't think she got famous off. I don't know. That's the debate, because if those two guys, if those ladies never matched up against each other, I mean, it's most people believe Caitlin Clark would be where she's at. Angel Reese, on the other hand, I don't know. I think she'd be in the WNBA, but I don't know if she would be the household name that we know, because there have been much better players such as Aja Wilson, who up until this year have started to become household names. Just saying. Okay, so there's really, let's see, here we go. She clearly knows that at this point that posting this will get her publicity. Unfortunately for her, this is the only thing she will be remembered for, and not her skills on the court, like Caitlin Clark. I totally agree with that. But all right, so I think I've gone through enough of these comments. I'm just gonna give my overall thoughts over all this. I think this is what I think personally. I think of the she gets a lot of backlash because in one breath she's saying do not sexualize me, which a lot of people put in the comments here, but then you're taking pictures like this. And yes, if she wants to do that, that's fine. I think what would probably help her is if she did what I think, yeah, she went to LSU with her, I believe, the gymnast from LSU, that Livy Dunn or whatever, by embracing it. If you embrace it, that this is where I'm coming from, the criticism that she's getting, she would not be getting most of that. Like, I think a lot of it has to do with people are feeling that she's crime victim one day, but then saying I'll be a villain. Like you 1 minute you're saying poor old me, don't do this to me, and then in one sentence you're like bring it on, I don't care. And then when the attention gets, the negative outweighs the positive, then you run back to being the victim. I think that's what a lot of people have a problem with. And I think Angel Reese is at a crossroads because she makes more money off the court. You know, a lot of those ladies, most of those ladies would have to go overseas to make money. Angel Reese doesn't have to do that. And so she's like, hey, I'm using her other goods to make money. And there's nothing wrong with that. We live in a capitalist society, but you have to be prepared for what comes with that. There's definitely going to be criticism with that. I think and I don't know, this is just, like I said, this is just my opinion. As far as the basketball aspect goes, I think she's more concerned about this part of her life, like being a content creator, being an influencer. They say now that if you ask a lot of kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like when I was a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? A lot of kids, I want to be, particularly dudes, I want to be a professional athlete. Now they ask most kids, they want to be YouTubers, they want to be influencers. And so I think Angel Reese sees that. I think she gets more bang for her buck doing that, where I think, you know, the WNBA or basketball was a way for her to get to her ultimate means. I think this is the end game for her. Like, I think she would be fine with, and her personally would be fine wanting to just be a socialite and being somebody in the industry and not necessarily playing basketball. Matter of fact, I can see her career ending, not like the league pushing her out, but her just, I'm making too much money out here, and stepping away from the WNBA. You know, that's just how I see it personally. And like I said, I'm not on here judging her for doing that. I mean, I'm just looking at it that way. I guess you could say I'm somewhat judging because of the fact I'm bringing up she's playing both sides. You know, that's how I feel. She's playing both sides. 1 minute, you know, I'm strong and independent and I can bring it on, bring on the haters. But then when the haters come, you run and you hide and you claim to be a victim and you cry. And I know she's young, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to come down on her. I'm just looking at what I see. And then you look at what Charleston White says. Like I said, he like I said, what he said was very harsh, but he was getting at what I'm saying is like, she doesn't want to play I don't think she wants to play basketball. Like you look at Caitlin Clark, she's a baller. Like basketball comes first for her, and anything else she can get outside of that is cool. But for her, hooping's her thing. She's probably in the gym right now as we speak. I just watched the video of her teammate, Aaliyah Boston, who's getting in work, doing that personal work. Now they showed some stuff Angel Reese is doing, but I mean, it doesn't appear to me when I look at hers, it looks like she's just messing around out there. You know, she's got that god awful jump shot. And it just looks like she's doing the same old thing. Like she's working on 3-pointers when she should be working on her inside game. Where, you know, people talk about, oh, she's a great rebounder. Well, I read somewhere where 40% of her rebounds are her misses. You know, so I don't know, man. This is, I think, like I said, I feel that's the end game for her. I feel that this is her way out. Like the WNBA got her on the stage, or basketball in general got her on the stage, but I think she's like, this is where I want to be at. I want to be in the industry and, like I said, be an influencer. And like I said, they're getting paid, you know. And so I think we, as, you know, John Q public, you know, we don't realize that some of these athletes, they're just doing this because a lot of times they won the genetic lottery, or they're not in love with it. They don't have the passion. They're just, this is just what I do. This is what I've always done. This isn't their life's passion. And we'll probably start seeing a lot more of that now, particularly now since these college kids are getting paid millions of dollars. At least the upper echelons are making millions of dollars in college. And you'll probably start seeing less and less of them, you know, playing professionally, because they'll get all the money and cash out. They'll cash out in college and then be able to do some other stuff because they'll be so popular, the good ones will, that, you know, they can get on and then they can start their own podcast or do whatever they want, you know, if they want to get into any other industry. So that's my thoughts on all of it. I think ultimately, I don't think basketball is her love or whatever, you know, like something like a Caitlin Clark or some of the other players in the WNBA. But I would be remiss if I didn't say that Angel Reese does have a place in the growth of the sport. I mean, just her and some of the other girls that came in, Cameron Brink, you know, some of the other players that came in, that a lot of the complaints, people don't shoot the messenger, but a lot of people don't like watching the WNBA because, you know, a lot of the girls are looking like studs. They don't want to watch a bunch of studs. And, you know, Angel Reese and those girls that came in this last draft, they brought in the femininity and everybody was loving it. You know, they even had Caitlin in a dress, you know, and so I will give Angel that. You know, I will give Angel Reese that, and just bringing a light to their league. Now, their league's got a long ways to go. For some reason, everyone's thinking this was the turnaround. No, they still lost, I think, over $50 million. It was still a $50 million loss. But it did show that if you get a few more players over the years, like Caitlin and Angel, the person, you know, you got one with the personality and one with the game, you can build this thing. And Angel Reese is a pillar to that. Like, she will be remembered for that. But I think, honestly, I would be surprised if she plays 2 or 3 more years in the WNBA before she decides to move on, you know. And if you think about it, hey, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. It makes a lot of sense financially for her to just probably step away, because, you know, she's not getting that kind of money outside. And if you don't love playing the game like some other people do or whatever, then why, you know, if your heart's not in it, you should just move on. And that's true with anything in life. If you have the ability to move on, you would. Think about it. There's thousands, probably millions of people in the world that work jobs every day they don't want to be at, but they just do it because it needs to be done. But if they were given the opportunity to make a ton of money outside of there, they're out of there. They're gone. And so I think that's what's going on with her. So I don't know how you guys will take my take. Like I said, I'll be interested to see in the comments what you guys think about it. But, you know, I'm not trying to come down on her. You know, at the end of the day, she has the it factor. And she could, I think she has the potential to be a great basketball player, like an all-time great, if she put in the work. But from what I'm seeing, she's not putting in the kind of work. Like I said, you should look up the Aaliyah Boston, her workout. She's putting in the work. Where, to me, you know, Angel Reese, why are you working on step back 3-pointers? You know, when you should be worried about playing with your back to the. But, you know, to each their own. What do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet, you know, that played college ball in the junior college and NAIA level. So yeah, I was a college athlete, but I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I was just a D1 megastar or whatever, but I know a little thing about sports. So all right, so yeah, guys, that's all I got. Video went a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but a little bit of rambling. But yeah, this is my first video on this channel. This is actually my second channel. I have another channel entitled P's Reviews where I do TV shows and movies. I kind of restarted it, so I only have a few videos up. But if you like what I hear, if you like what you hear here, and you're into different you should check out my other channel. I'm really gonna get that thing started. Like I said, I had to take some time off. I just had another kid number 6. I think me and the wife were done. I think I think I'm too old to be having a bunch of kids. I'm 42 years old, so I don't need to be having any more kids. So yeah, guys, thanks for checking out the video. If it was for 1 minute, 5 minutes, the whole damn video, I appreciate you. So go ahead, get in the comments, hit the subscribe if you liked it, and I will talk to you in the next video. Take it easy.